Visitors to Weimar come here to explore the city and to honor its most famous residents. Two men who once strolled the narrow streets of the historic city center, Johann Wolfgang von Goethe and Friedrich Schiller. The two men spent 6 years together in Weimar. When the poet, scholar and statesman Johann Wolfgang von Goethe invited the playwright Friedrich Schiller to Weimar in 1799, Goethe had already lived there for more than 20 years. Under Grand Duke Karl August, the little town in Thüringen blossomed into one of Europe's most important centers of culture. The Duchess Anna Amalia Library bears witness to the spirit of the age. Goethe himself was director of the library for 35 years and tended its priceless collection. Schiller was also passionately interested in knowledge, equality, and liberty. He was known as the rebel poet of the 18th century. He was critical of the double standards of the Church and was an outspoken opponent of tyranny as expressed in plays like William Tell. Friedrich Schiller died in 1806 at the age of 46. Though it's steeped in the history of the German Enlightenment, Weimar is also remembered for its part in the crimes committed under Nazism. Buchenwald was situated just outside the city limits, the largest concentration camp on German soil. Up to 250,000 people were deported to the camp, and 56,000 of them were killed. Today, the former camp is a documentation and memorial site. Every year, the Weimar Arts Festival opens with a memorial concert in memory of the victims of the Nazi regime.
It was clear to me that it had to be integrated and brought into the city to pay respect to the victims. This is living history. Art has to do its part with the means at its disposal.
Weimar has revived the Bauhaus with a new housing settlement in the place that was the modernist movement's original home. The house am Horn was designed by Georg Muche and built in 1923.
Bauhaus really did away with the old concept of a house. In the past, houses looked like this. Now they're like this.
Goethe also favored house designs that incorporated nature. He designed and supervised construction of the Roman house, built in the park on the River Ilm as a refuge for Duke Karl August. Goethe's own garden house, where he spent his summers, is also located here, in a landscape that evokes both the beauty and severity of Weimar classicism. Here, in 1778, carrying a copy in her pocket of Goethe's novel The Sorrows of Young Werther, a young woman drowned herself in the river. When Goethe heard of the suicide, he dedicated his poem To the Moon to her tragic death. To the moon, bush and vale thou fill'st again with thy misty ray, and my spirit's heavy chain castest far away. Weimar is filled with the spirit of Goethe and Schiller. It calls upon us in remembrance and commemoration and inspires us with its beautiful architecture and scenery.